A happy Sunday, everybody, and good morning. I hope you are blessed and feeling so good. I am, and thank you very much for asking. This morning, I'm trying to find something that's going to lift up my mood. It really has been a hectic week, the past week, and also this weekend was another weekend. Talking about the State of the Nation address, we're going to be talking about that too on the channel today because there's so much that we need to talk about. I'm trying to find a tea blend that is going to really lift up my spirit, and then we can sit down and talk because there's a lot we can talk about. If you're new on this channel, you're very much welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video. My name is Belile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa. On this channel, I talk about everything rural development in South Africa. I showcase the beautiful rural areas of South Africa. I also showcase the developments that are happening in the rural areas, from infrastructure development to agriculture and everything that is happening around the rural areas that we can brag about as South Africans. There's so much to brag about, and I'm going to be talking about today. Anyway, guys, before we get to the bottom of the topic of this video, I just want to remind you guys, today I am announcing the winner of the competition for a vacation or staycation in Venda at the Anissa Guest House. Today I will be announcing the name of the person who has won this competition. The selection process was very easy for me. I had to look for a comment that was really liked by everybody else, somebody who commented and showed interest, and the number of people who liked that comment. That's how I decided to choose this, so that I can be fair to everybody else. Honestly, if I had to just go about the way I wanted to choose somebody to win this, it will have been the person who is always there for me all the time. And there are so many of them. That's why it was so difficult for me to even go that route. So now I've decided to just do this competition in this manner, and I'm sure it's going to be fair for everybody. And comment down below and tell me if this was fair, because I did receive a lot of emails from people who were just telling me that, you know what, it will be difficult for you, Velile, to be able to choose. So just find a other way to be able to choose, because the way that I had initially thought about doing it, it was really not going to work, and people were just going to complain a lot. So I hope this is just really a fair way of just doing this. Anyway, guys, we are going to be really talking about a very sensitive issue. We're talking about land. We're talking about everything. On this channel, we talk about tribal land, or ancestral land, as we like to call it, because seriously, it is the land of our ancestors. I'm cutting this cake and I'm just thinking about really the allocation of land in South Africa. I started by cutting the small piece because I felt like this is the size we need, both of us, my husband and I, to really have. But child, I had to stop dreaming. Nothing is equal in this earth. Everything is shared unequally, and really, even the piece of cake, somebody gets a small cake and the other one gets a big piece of cake. That's just how it is. So we are going to be tackling all of these issues and talking about. We are not talking anything negative. We are just really trying to analyze the situation and figure out the stage where we are, especially us who are living in the rural areas, and we have land of our ancestors, the type of land we have rights to, and we need to discuss of how can we make use of the opportunities that are at our disposal right now, especially with agriculture, so that we can find a way to really live in our rural areas and be able to sustain ourselves, and also sustain our families, and make sure that we develop the rural areas. So guys, just going to sit you guys right here and we can just share tea and talk about this issue. And I'm going to be taking you on the road as usual, because this is not a sit down. I'm a practical person, so I like to take you with me on the road, travel with me to different provinces in South Africa, explore the rural areas with me, share knowledge, and also inspire each other. So if you are new, you are really going to be learning a lot, because there's quite a lot for us to learn on this channel. It is a beautiful morning, so we're just going to get on the road, guys. I hope you are ready, because there is a lot that I want to share with you. First things first, I just want to warn those who are new on this channel. This car, it doesn't get to be washed often, because we are always on the road. We cross rivers in the rural areas. We climb the mountains with this car. So please don't leave a comment that the car is dirty. I know, we all know, everybody on this channel knows. So let's just clear that air before we can really attack each other. But anyway, guys, let's hit the road because there's so much to talk about. You know, guys, driving cross country these days in South Africa as an adult, it has a very different meaning. Actually, it has a lot of impact on how I think and view things and what I share. I remember when I used to sit in the back of a bus or a car and just really observe everything that was happening as a child. I never thought of anything when I looked at all of this land. I was really amazed by the beauty and also wondered about so many things. So I was in my dreamland. When I saw patches of water concentrated in one place, I never thought of anything. I just passed and looked and I wondered. Actually, I used to look at the trees, those big tall trees, and I'll count them, try to count them one by one, and I never succeeded. It never clicked in my mind that somebody might have planted those trees. Well, I just didn't bother anyway. You know, I used to just really drive and look at the trees, and I thought they were moving. Who else thought the trees were moving when they were driving with their parents, sitting at the back and looking at those trees? I used to think the trees are moving, and when I'm trying to count them and count them and count them, and I couldn't get anywhere. But anyway, that's what it was when we were children. But now we are looking at all of this in a different way because we have been educated and we know what it's all about. The landscape was so interestingly beautiful and amazing. Actually, I used to look at every part of it and I would wonder about so many things. Who lives around here? Why there's so much space? Where are the people and everything? Then, well, when I glance and I will see women working in those fields and I will wonder why are they there? I never realized that these are our mothers who have left the rural areas and the villages to come and work for somebody here. They had actually abandoned their own villages and their tribal land, a large scale of land that they could have been cultivating and plowing and doing all of this that they're doing right here, right now. But because they didn't have enough resources, they had to come and work for somebody so that they can really build something for themselves and then take it back to the rural areas. And they sure did. Obviously, the skill was unwillingly shared by those who owned the land. They didn't know that there's so much that these women were learning, and so are the men who worked on these fields. I used to drive around and I would look at all of this beauty and I would just wonder who has done this. I mean, why they have decided to just put all of these plants together and make them look beautiful. Why were they covered? I had no idea. But well, our mothers and fathers were learning a lot. Actually, the skill that was unwillingly shared, actually it was utilized because we never slept without anything. I used to wonder about these trees and I used to think as a child that maybe if I could just run in between them, nobody will find me. And it was really an adventure looking at them, but I never thought of anything. Well, now as an adult, I see investment. I see so much. I see my land doing this for me like it did for others. I see myself working on my own land and making sure that I develop it in such a way that it sustains me, sustains those around me, and it also sustains the whole of our village and all of our rural areas. So, our ancestral land, talking about ancestral land, I am in my mother's and my father's house, the house that was left for me and my siblings by our parents. I am going to be showing you this large land that I do have, and so are my siblings do have. This is the land that I have been looking at, and I've been thinking so much because you know, there sits my parents' house, my parents' humble house, as you can see it. It's so small, it's nothing big, but the land around it, it's enough. It's big enough for me to be able to do something. This is my parents, that's my mom and my dad. They have been gone for a long time. May their souls rest in peace. I'm just going to take you guys around. I'm passing the house and we'll get inside soon. I'll show you a lot, but I just want to show you guys how big this land is. And with the State of the Nation address and everything around agriculture being announced, my mind has been spinning. I've been thinking, what am I going to plant around here? I mean, I've been really trying to think carefully of what I'm going to do here. And I've tried so many things, tried and tested. As you can see, the house is very small and nobody lives around here that much. I mean, I do have people who come around and clean now and again, but usually there is no one. On the State of the Nation address, our president announced several times about investment that is going to be done around agricultural sector in South Africa. And I'm thinking I need to be one of those people. And us, all of us in the rural areas, we need to be one of those people, especially in the villages. We do have large amount of land. I mean, that belongs to each and every household. So why not utilize it? So I've come today to this house to just really assess everything. There's so much that is going on in my mind, and you guys, if you can help me, I'll really appreciate it because whoo, he talked about cannabis, he talked about so many things. It seems like the industrial revolution is right here and it's happening, and we just really want to be part of it. We want to have a share of that cake. Anyway, guys, welcome to my ancestral land. I'll take you through in so that you can see how and everything looks like. I'm very proud of my parents, and I'm just going to try and utilize this to the best and also make them proud. I don't know about you guys. I want to be part of this whole revolution that is happening. So I'm no longer going to be walking and driving around and looking at all those waters concentrated and never thought that that actually is investment on its own that is going to be able to help me with my farming. I never thought of that. I'm going to be looking at all of these fields now and thinking I can do that. Actually, my mother and my father did that, so I can also be able to do it. So it's about time we really shift our mindset and be able to utilize what we have in the rural areas. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, here is the name of the person who has won the competition. I was not going to leave that behind because it is very important. Again, I also told you the process of how I chose the winner, and I'm very happy because this person is going to be able to utilize this opportunity to its best. It is a competition that is lasting for the month of February. It is a giveaway for us reaching 20,000 subscribers, and also it is a love month gift from me to you and from Anisaka's house. So guys, please congratulate the person who has won, and here is the name. I'm putting the name over here so that they can be able to see it. Please contact me on my email address, and I also going to be putting this name on the description box and my email address so that we can talk further. Thank you very much.